Do you know that most people fear public speaking? They're more afraid of that than death. Like, why? If you rationalize that, why are people so afraid of public speaking? I don't have an answer to that, but I do know how important it is to overcome it if you're going to be a leader. You've got to be able to clearly communicate ideas and present information. If you're going to lead teams of people or you're going to convince someone to do business with you, you have to have great communication skills. And in today's environment, it's not enough to have great stage skills. You've got to be able to present yourself well virtually. So I'm going to give you some of the best tips that I have gained presenting information on large keynote stages as well as virtually. Here's tip number 1. Pretend that the camera are the eyes of the person or the people that you're speaking to. You know, so often when you are on a virtual meeting, you see people staring at the image, and it feels like you are not actually connecting or talking to the receiver. But if you look into the camera, it feels more like you're talking directly to me. So here's something I want you to practice when you're having virtual meetings. Look dead into the camera, as if you're making eye contact with the person you're talking to. It creates that human connection, which is so important when delivering and receiving information. So make eye contact. The second thing you need to do, pay attention to your background. Your background matters. So I'll tell you a story about a guy that I was working with. His office was in his basement. The backdrop was all sorts of junk. You know, the junk that piles up in your basement. Old books and bikes and car parts and things like that. This dude was wicked smart, an incredible communicator. But you know what I was staring at when he would talk to me? His backdrop. It was so distracting that I couldn't really focus on what he was saying to me. You want to make sure you've got a really clear backdrop so that the focus is on you and not on what's behind you. So that's skill number 2. Consideration number 3. Here's my saying. It doesn't matter what you're wearing as long as you're dolled up from the waist up. How you look on camera sends an impression to the people that are seeing you. Don't roll in front of the camera in your robe and your hair a mess. You need to make sure that you look as if you were walking into an office with somebody. Now, you can wear your flip-flops and your shorts, but make sure from the waist up, you look presentable. It matters. People will form an opinion on how you look. So again, make sure that you are dolled up from the waist up, you've got a clean, decluttered background, and you make eye contact with the camera.